Coming up on Unpacked, the second chapter.
The fact that you're in the same room, we can all assume you're still together.
Definitely.
Yes, we are.
How is the intimacy when one person may be restricted physically in some ways and the other is not?
Online dating platforms, they usually sell the wrong kind of message in terms of, relationship building. It's more about like flings and hookups and things like that.
Do you want to get married?
Thembis pulled me into church, so I'm doing Bible studies and I want to get baptized.
Previously on Unpacked.
We met on Tinder and we got to talking, and after a few dates or so, then I just knew, this is it. Yeah.
What were some of the reactions to other men that you'd be talking to, especially if you're vibing and getting along, where then you say, oh, by the way, this is my situation?
They'll be like, what happened? Now they're more interested in the disability.
Yeah.
That they don't focus on me personally.
Yes.
They were like, what happened to you? How do you do this? How do you do that? I would meet guys who would be like, okay, I'm in a relationship with someone else, but I can just be in a relationship with you, because they're thinking that you are a charity case. I didn't sign up for being asked about my disability. I just wanted somebody that I can build, life with. I remember when I met him, he tried to push me, so I was like, no,
she
I'm
wasn't
okay.
having it.
Why would you go out of your way, knowing relationships are as hard as they are, to date someone where there's already an existing challenge about up front?
It's not got to do anything with a disability, being disadvantaged in some way, but more like sharing something together.
What made you fall in love with her?
Well, I think, to start with, she's just beautiful. She's just one of a kind, unique soul, and she touched my heart. She's full of kindness, compassion, caring.
Yeah.
And she's one of a kind.
Want the full story? Watch the original episode on my channel. Find the link in the description down below.
Hey, and welcome to another episode of Unpacked, the second chapter, where we get to catch up with guests of Unpacked with me, Relebogile Mabotja. You can catch up on all of those episodes right here on my YouTube channel. On that note, subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you're wondering why I'm all smiles, this episode that we covered was such a feel-good, warm episode, and it was titled Interabled Couple, and it was around a couple that was all up in their loves, and we get to catch up with them today. And of course, we will also see what you had put down in the comments and hear what they have to say for themselves. So we're about to be joined by our guests, Thembisile and Tshidiso, to tell us all about how they have been. Welcome back, guys. How are you doing?
Hey,
Thank you. Thank you for having us again.
Yes, thank you for having us again. Yes, that's right.
The fact that you're in the same room, we can all assume you're still together.
Yes, we are.
4 years, actually. Our anniversary just last week. Fourth year anniversary.
Fourth year. I love it for you. And how did you find the reception from being on the show? I mean, for something that's just normal for the both of you, maybe for others is like, how does this work?
Well, the comments were very positive comments. And also, the response that we got from people, I remember there's one comment that was saying, we pray that God, keeps the relationship. I think when it comes to relationship, God comes first, we two imperfect peoples and we learn a lot about each other. But when there's God involved, you're able to find a way to deal with situations, and how much also we've sent the message when it comes to love, that you mustn't give up on love and
give up on each other.
Yes. How have you been navigating, because the different abilities that you have, because it goes both ways? How have you navigated that as the relationship has progressed? Because you will obviously be learning more and more about each other as time goes on.
You get to know a person a lot more. And this has been the longest relationship I have been in. And it's something that I've always wanted to get involved, get involved with someone and connect with someone in a deeper level. And that kind of that has drawn me to her a lot. And through it all, that continues to inspire me and to bring out the best in me.
And what about on your side, Thembisile?
Being with Tshidiso has been also being easy, and especially being a woman with a disability, because it's really supportive. He knows when need assistance, especially when it comes to, the kids. Some of the things, he'll just jump in and be the person that takes over. And so it's a partner that really understands when it comes to a person that's living with disability. You don't really have to explain yourself. Okay, please help me here or help me there. So it just jumps in and helps me there. It just makes life easier as well. So yeah, it is a blessing to have him, just like his name, Tshidiso.
So tell me then, because you mentioned kids, you had children from a previous relationship. Bring us up to speed with all of that.
Yes. So I was married before, and then I had 2 kids from the previous relationship. And like when I met him, I think that was the most important part of me introducing myself to him. Saying that I have 2 kids. Are you okay with that? Just for him to know that, okay, my 2 kids also, you will need to show them the love that you want to give to me. And are you ready for that? And if it's a yes, okay, this is the person that I am, and then carry the relationship from there on, learning about him and him learning about me as a mother and a woman living with a disability as well. Because I know some of relationship, once you mention kids and they're like, no, kids is a lot, and then they just move on from there. Yes. So I think mentioning that was also the most important part of the relationship.
So fast forward to the 2 of you.
Yes, so we have a baby girl. Gave birth to the girl last year, 2023, May. And she's been a very, very happy person, very live person, and
very live. Very lively, vocal. Very vocal, and she takes up a lot of our time and kind of keeps us on our toes, so to speak.
Very busy. So having her in our life as well, and the kids meeting the new, sister or siblings in their life, it's been very wow. For them it's also a new thing, having another sibling, a very small baby, and seeing her growing up. Also, it's exciting for them, and she already also be trying to call the 2 siblings the name Bolaji and Lola, and she gets along with the big brother, because I think he's was the same age as her. They still playful, and she's like, I like the energy from you. I think that's the reason why she really gels with the brother more.
You had obviously carried children before. Was this pregnancy in any way different or more challenging in other ways that we may not be aware of?
No, it wasn't. It's only with healing, after pregnancy, because I gave birth via the C-section. So, with your 3rd child and where I am now, when it comes to the age, so I don't know if that also plays a role when it comes to healing. But other than that, it hasn't been as challenging as I thought it was going to be. It's been really easy, even with the healing. And obviously with the being a woman with a disability now, there's certain time that you need to give yourself to heal, and you have to navigate around doing things for the baby, the moving around while you're healing also. But other than that, no, it wasn't really challenging. Like I said, Tshidiso is always being that partner who's really, helpful with a lot of things. You really don't have to, work hard in getting the assistance that you need.
So I'm going to assume the two of you are now living together, Tshidiso?
Right. Yeah, it's been 3 years together. And, we kind of, we share responsibilities and duties around the household. And we try to, keep a tight net on, the family environment as well.
I am wondering, and we receive messages that might not have come up in the comment sections, and we understand the sensitivities around it where people are curious and maybe are like, hey, I'm not sure if I should ask. So I'm going to pose it to you. People want to know about intimacy, and I know this has happened with previous guests before that we've had on the show. Like, how is the intimacy when one person may be restricted physically in some ways and the other is not? In my brain, I'm like, well, there's a thing called compensate, but maybe you can share for yourselves.
Well, in all honesty, I haven't been with a lot of partners. So, I can't speak to that degree as like, as in sharing experiences. But when it comes to being with Thembi, and, when we have our moments together, then it's funny sometimes. It's it's engaging. Let's put it that way. It's engaging.
I'll take that. I mean, we already know intimacy in itself can have its awkward moments, physical restrictions or not. So I love you saying it's engaging. I'm like, okay, I see you and I hear what you have to say. You've been living together. You've got a child together. I already know people are going to want to know in the comments of this conversation, do you want to get married? I mean, you've been married before, Thembi. Is that something that the two of you are looking to do?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah. It is.
I love it when a couple answers at the same time, like they're aligned. It's not like one is like, what is he going to say?
Yeah, it's there's been some transitions between me and work, and kind of I had some switching and jobs recently, and financially have to pick myself up again. And but no, I'm also looking for the right time. Not to mention that Thembi's pulled me into church, so I'm doing Bible studies and I want to get baptized, which also plays a role. Well, for me personally, plays a role in the whole marriage factor. So that's my current state. Yeah, my standing on it.
And I'm waiting.
All I can do is smile. I don't know what to say. All I can do is smile because everything is sounding really positive. But you were going to say something, Thembi?
I think I'm waiting patiently.
You're waiting patiently. All I'll say to you, Tshidiso, is he who finds a wife finds a good thing. That's all I'll say to the two of you. So what are you've got a child together. And I love that you're sharing that people don't have to be restricted. You can still live, in inverted commas, a normal life with whatever physical challenges that you might be facing, including with dating. So I hope people are watching, look at you, that might be in situations where they think no one would date me and feel like really with love, anything is possible. Are you guys ready to answer some viewer questions or listen to their comments?
Of course, yeah. Bring it on.
Yes.
All right. On YouTube, we had Pointer2B388 say, this love is warm, genuine, and beautiful. So rare to find these days. We also have at Trishan Chapo 1824 who said, as I run to create a profile on Tinder. What would you like to respond to that? Because you guys met on an online dating platform.
Yeah, it's always it's not always easy because Tinder sells the wrong kind of message, or online dating platforms, they usually sell the wrong kind of message in terms of relationship building. It's more about like flings and hookups and things like that. And it was really kind of a random coincidence that we clicked just off the bat like that, and got to know each other and started dating, and just generally getting to learn from each other as well. That has been an experience, but nonetheless, it's not like it's not a negative thing, or to say that online dating is bad. It has its ups as well. It has upsides. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And from your side, Thembi, how does it feel having so many strangers just looking at you as couple goals and really feeling the genuine love between the two of you?
Even myself before, meeting Tshidiso, there were people that I'd be like, yo, that's my, my couple goals. And finding that person, it's, like I said, it's actually a prayer that you have to pray first, because nowadays people really don't believe in love. They believe in other things, I just want a partner who's going to do 1, 2, 3 for me, and forgetting that, love, it's the first thing that comes in the relationship. So it's the matter of prayer, especially if you are looking for a husband, a person that you will build a life with. And even if you go on Tinder, you have to know what conversation you're having with the person. You have to also listen to the response from the person to, find out who are you really, and take it from there. It's not easy. Some people might present themselves as being genuine, and along the relationship, that's when you really get to see the real person. Then it's really a prayer. You just don't just find that perfect person on the first go. You have to be patient also, and be able to, it's a give and take basically when it comes to relationship also.
And there's another one that says, and this is just with regards to the interview that we initially had with one another. And I'd asked you what an inappropriate question is for a first date. And you had said, someone shouldn't ask about your siblings or where you live. So one of our TikTok followers at King Lord asked, what is wrong with asking about brothers? I think you can learn a great deal about a person's character from knowing if they have siblings or not. And it's not even an intrusive question that, other than establishing whether or not we are compatible and vibe, what else is there to talk about on the first date? So how do you respond to that question about not asking about siblings?
I don't believe that kind of came up, It only kind of later on, it was a discussion, and then I found out that she had a big family, and then I also come from a very large family, for like a lot of relatives that I don't even know personally. Haven't got to meet either. So, but it's also it's a topic for, like, if you're that interested or that keen on developing in the relationship and wanting to get to know the person better, then yes, it does kind of would be appropriate to come up as a question, wanting to get to know about the family on the other side.
And your side, Thembi?
Actually, yeah, I think it's that person who will ask also about your family, will be the person that also maybe wants to take the relationship further. Then they will be asking about you. But then again, it also depends on how comfortable you are with speaking with that person, for you to disclose that information, because sometimes you have to be like, okay, are we in that that state where that person can ask me that question. I can't really say when exactly a person should be asking about the, siblings. How many siblings do you have? Unless if you want to take the relationship further, then you'll be asking every time. Yeah, because there's
Especially
I think the first part.
We're in the era of the red flag. So maybe on a first date, somebody be like, "Where do you live?" Like, it can be really secure.
Who are your siblings? Yeah. Because I think there's a first step, when you meet the person, you're like, okay, talk about maybe who are you, and what do you do? Even when they ask, what job do you do? You have to be like, okay, we just met. You can't just ask me that, it's a bit uncomfortable. Can you get to know me first and then take it from there? That's when you get to a part where you really get deeper into knowing the person. You have siblings, how many siblings, that's when you also make arrangements in meeting them, for you to see the person that you are dating, or for the family to meet the person that you are dating also.
I suppose it also has to do with kind of opening up. You don't always talk about things like that, like family right off the bat, and kind of express yourself about your familiar background and who they are and what they do, that kind of thing. It's got to do a lot about opening up as well, I believe.
All I want to know before we wrap up this conversation is, am I getting an invitation to the wedding even if it's in 5 years?
Well, most likely, yes, because there'll have to be a third part of Unpacked. Yeah, because
asking about that seems like, is this the second part? Are we going to get the third part? The third part would be us getting married.
Me attending the wedding is third chapter. Relebogile now goes to your houses and I see what's happening. And in your case, I go to the wedding. Thembi and Tshidiso, your story is just so beautiful and inspiring. And I think so many people maybe thought they're going to walk out with information about what it's like having somebody who is differently able to living with a disability, dating somebody who is not. And we actually came out with a love story. Like, that became a factor that almost became like irrelevant throughout the journey of the conversation. And I'm just so happy and all smiles. You're still together. There is a little one in the picture. And I know it's not this perfect thing, but you just sound like you're in such a healthy, good, positive space. And we could all do with more of that in this country in particular.
I believe so too. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, it's reassuring.
Yeah, thank you so much also for giving us that platform, to share. I mean, there are people there who would also like to, have the inspiration when it comes to love, and no matter who they are, with disabilities or not with disabilities. And yeah.
They are definitely my couple goals, Thembi and Tshidiso. And if you didn't watch the first episode, please make sure you do to find out about how they met. Because if you're wondering, where does Tinder fit into this picture? Watch the first episode. We'll make sure we include the link down below on all our second chapter episodes, so that if you missed it, you can go back and see how we got to where we are. Thembi and Tshidiso, thank you for your time again and for coming to share the love and spread the love and be an example to those that are looking for love and hopefully looking in the right places. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Make sure you comment down below. Let us know who you'd like us to invite onto second chapter with Unpacked and with me, Relebogile Mabotja. And of course, hit the notification bell so you can be the first to know when a new episode is out. That's it from us. It's just feel good vibes today. See you next time. Next time on Unpacked, the second chapter. When we were lost together, you shared that your ultimate goal when it comes to skin lightening is to be like Michael Jackson. Is that still the plan?
Yes, bring it on.
You also thinking of getting a BBL?
People will always ask, why are you doing it? You look beautiful the way you are. Sometimes I can pass going, walking, kids laugh. I laugh with them.
Are you afraid that the impact of such comments is going to impact your own children because of what you are doing, or are you not worried about that at all?
Other people can say, no, but the ancestors don't want you to do this and that. No, God wants us to be beautiful.
Is there anybody that you would love to see on the second chapter? Maybe there's a question that you think I should have asked, or something that was burning after you watched and you wished you could have the guest back. Maybe you were confused, or maybe you felt like, there's definitely more to the story. Comment down below and let us know who you'd like to see, which story you'd like to revisit, which guest you'd like us to invite back for Unpacked, the second chapter.